Hello everyone and welcome to another Modswell video. I'm your host Maxwell. I plan on doing some videos based on the release of the anniversary edition, so let me know what kind of things would interest you. I would rather fully test that before giving my appraisal of the update though. So for now, I'm going to once again be taking a look at my top 5 mods of the week. These will all be available for Xbox and PC as well as for the SE or AE version of the game, which is pretty nifty. So let's have a look at what's on offer. First up we have JS Dragonclaws AE. This mod is looking to overhaul those boring, played out, ridiculously ugly Dragonclaws. We barely see these in the game, but I really wanted to include this mod because these are insanely pretty. The Dragonclaws, as I'm sure you're aware, are used as keys in different dungeons to progress, usually to the final area. Finding them is always pretty straightforward, and I think for most of us looking at the code is pointless because we remember them off by heart. For example, in Bleak Falls, all you need to do is move each ring along 2 stages, but that is beside the point. Whenever we have something ugly in the game, we all yearn to make it prettier, and that is exactly what JS has done. With this mod installed, the claws actually look like those of a dragon with the scaled design and fantastic talons. The detailing is out of this world and likely the best step up in design from vanilla to modded of any retexture I've ever seen, which is a pretty big claim. There's really not much I can say about these that the images haven't already, so I'll get down to the important details. This mod comes in 2 files. We have a 1K for 55.9 megabytes and a 2K which comes in at 56 megabytes. Yeah, I'm not sure why the cost is so similar, but you know at that difference the 2K is the only option worth going for. In terms of LLO placement, these will go best in the general meshes and textures section. Just be sure it's below anything else that changes these, so check what's included in your dungeons and cluttery textures. Moving on to 4th place. Here I've opted for Volumetric Mists, Mainland and Solstheim. Yes, that is how I pronounce that. I've been told it's wrong, but I'm a creature of habit. Leave your phonetic pronunciations in the comment section. This mod is going to add in some really nice edits to the background, effectively vastly improving the LOD. We have mods that cover mountain fogs, but this goes one step further and literally creates a mist in the distance that thickens up weathers. It also slightly blurs the ugliest spots and hides those poor LOD blends in a really effective way. I'd call this a subtle change that makes a huge difference to the overall beauty of what you're seeing. One of the best aspects is it isn't as dominant as other mods performing similar tasks. This means your backdrop isn't totally obscured or even washed out, merely assisted. It also works fantastically with vibrant weather mods as the mist takes on different colouring. Personally, I'm using surreal lighting as a subscriber requested I did that for this order, and the colours from that have made some beautiful scenes. In my Discord I've seen images of mods like Cathedral as well, which look fantastic with its insane level of variance of sunrises and sunsets. Hopefully the images have spoken for themselves, so I will get down to the details. This mod only costs 2 megabytes, and as it's compatible with just about everything, adding it to your weather setup is just good common sense. This is another mod that I have to put down as a plug-in and play. Simply put it under your weathers and leave it there for nearly every order. It's really as simple as that. And now for 3rd place, where I've gone for Ronnie Magnum all-in-one weapons bundle. This is, as I'm sure you've guessed, a collection of weapons created by Ronnie Magnum, which by the way, is an awesome name. The collection consists of 20 items. Included are Azura's Shield, Gyrocephalus Steel Balls, the Renegade Axe, the Blade of Intrigue, Sentinel Falcon, Yamakaze, Windbreaker, and a bunch more. I will leave the Nexus links for all of these in the description as the bundle is only available on Xbox. If you are on console, I still suggest going and taking a look at these because they are fantastic. I've been going around collecting up the new items and taking a look, and across the board I'm impressed with what has been made here. The items each look top tier and suit many styles of play, so whatever you're building there will be something in this collection for you. These really are a collection for role playing. Each of the weapons have a unique method of gathering, so let's say you want the Thieves Guild dagger. After completing a few missions, Tonilla will sell it to you. You want Velenar's Averta? Well, you need to go and find that on an island near Merryfair Farm. If you'd like the specific details on acquiring each of the items, I personally suggest checking the Bethnet link I provided as it has each of them in one handy location. The method of getting these can make the LLO placement a bit more tricky, but my tip is just place mods like this in the lowest possible category they suit. For example, I put this in unique items added to interior/exterior locations. When it comes to cost, this might be the most shocking part of the mod. 39.6 megabytes, which is insane for 20 new items in the game, especially of this quality. I would have called this cheap at 70 megabytes, so near half of that is fantastic news for people on a budget. Moving on to the second slot. Here I've gone for Quest Expansion Bundle. This mod is performing a really important role when it comes to the pitiful quest duration or outcomes. It overhauls what is required to complete several vanilla quests, as well as tacking on extra objectives for completion. The quests in question, which is a very fun sentence to say, are House of Horrors, Nilheim Miss Quest Expansion, The Only Cure, Parthenax Quest Expansion, Whiterun Watchtower Doesn't Start Broken, and Leaps of Faith, which in my opinion is a really fun little selection. I've done a video showcasing Leaps of Faith before, and I really enjoyed what that included. Simply put, new scenes have been added to the game where you can dive into water and gain bonuses. This is actually an entirely new mini quest as opposed to an expansion on an existing one. The other additions, however, such as Houses of Horror, perform tasks to improve their quests. In this instance, the quest for the Mace of Molag Bal has more to it. From a good guy finish, new events inside the quest itself, and more dialogue, which by the way is fully voiced. This is pretty much the case for all of the other expansions too, so if you'd like to have a bit more bite to your game, more paths to take whilst completing or taking part in missions, then this mod is going to be a must for you. And for only 9.2 megabytes, it will fit in pretty easily to your order. The tricky part can come down to placement though. I actually put this in multiple area edits. I did this to accommodate Leaps of Faith, however, it would also fit in existing quest edits as well, depending on what kind of area edits you're using. Finally, it's time for my top mod of the week, and this one is a doozy. I'm likely the only person who will ever say that. Anyway, I have chosen Zim's Dremora improvements. I'm sure many of you have used Zim's Dragon edits, and this is performing a similar task. The Dremora will now have new appearances with more variants based on a human as opposed to the vanilla mer aesthetic. They also have new facial markings that depend on their rankings in the class. They have also been given new equipment to differentiate between the rankings, as well as spells of varying power. These include alteration and conjuration spells, which the player will also have access to. The best of these include summoning of different Dremora, allowing you to follow a more dark path as a mage while summoning small armies of Dremora, including archers and mages. And naturally, with all these changes, there has to be stat-based edits too. They gain new strengths, weaknesses, combat styles, and perks to create a more difficult class of enemy without becoming too impossible. And they should be strong. They're a top tier enemy, so their weakness in the vanilla game has always annoyed me. This is a fantastic fix to that issue. Beyond all these edits, we also have changes to the characters who assist or attack you in the game. For example, the merchant now has more money and sells the new gear from this mod. Sanguine, who the author does point out isn't a Dremora, also gets his own unique appearance. The butler gets 50 more carry weight, and the items have had edits too. The Dremora staves, which are carried by the mages, have their own unique appearance with fire-based enchants. The weapons have their own new rank of Dremora, which are carried by the rank and file, whilst the higher ranks carry their traditional Daedric counterparts. The same happens with the armours, which are also now lootable. Aesthetically, they look the same as Daedric, but with lower stats to avoid rapid power creep. There really is a ton going on with this mod, and the changes create a really fun experience against an old played out enemy. And for only 34.9 megabytes, it is pretty manageable for anyone speccing into a dark side play or a vigilant styled order. As far as placement, I have this in combat overhauls, just so it overwrites other combat styles, leaving them as a more unique and challenging enemy. And that's all she wrote. I really enjoyed this week of mods. If you'd like to talk more about these, then I highly suggest joining my Discord server, or alternatively the Skyrim Xbox Mods subreddit. They are really handy resources for anyone after extra assistance, and you'll find me in either of them. I have left a link to both of these, as well as my load orders, every mod mentioned in this video, and my Buy Me a Coffee account for anyone feeling generous, and again, zero pressure on that at all. I'll set another challenge this week, and it will be, what is your favourite trick question? The best of these will be pinned. As always, if this has helped, I would really appreciate those likes, comments, and of course subscriptions. Those coupled with average watch time seriously help my YouTube algorithm and push my content out to more people. Either way, thank you for watching, and I really do hope to see you in the next one.